right, Fisk. Let's talk about my boy Dwayne Haskins and your boy Daniel Jones. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. I think that Daniel Jones right now is a better quarterback than Dwayne Haskins. He definitely outperformed. Hey, yeah, I think that he's a better quarterback than Dwayne Haskins right now. Like I said, I'm not bashing Daniel Jones. I'm not trying to come on here and be a hater or nothing like that. I think Daniel Jones is a franchise quarterback. If you support him with enough talent, he can win big. But I'm going to say this right now. About 5 years from now, if you watch this video, you're going to be saying, man, Juice got me on this one. Because Dwayne Haskins will become a better quarterback than Daniel Jones, and he's going to have a better career than Daniel Jones, and I'm going to tell you why, okay?
There we go.
Listen, Dwayne Haskins has more potential than Daniel Jones. He's got a better arm, is stronger, and he was a better player in college. And listen, Daniel Jones' pocket awareness is terrible. Dwayne Haskins, way better pocket awareness. He plays similar to, I would say, Big Ben. You know, we talked about Big Ben. We said we'd rather have Eli Manning over Big Ben Roethlisberger. But again, we realized that Big Ben is one of the 15 best quarterbacks to ever play. And Big Ben won 2 Super Bowls. Dwayne Haskins reminds me of a baby Big Ben Roethlisberger. The way he plays, got the big time strong arm. You know, I wouldn't say he's the most mobile guy. Daniel Jones definitely hasn't beaten mobility. But you know, I did a whole film analysis on Dwayne Haskins. So I watched this whole entire season. I watched a ton of Ohio State football because I live in Ohio. I have nothing to do but watch Ohio State games. And I said when Dwayne Haskins was coming out the draft, this guy has the arm talent, the accuracy, and the swagger to turn the Redskins around. They got an absolute steal when he fell to them. And listen, Daniel Jones had a good rookie year. We know that, okay? But you and I have talked about situations all the time and fits and how that determines how good a quarterback can become. And Daniel Jones started 3 years at Duke. Dwayne Haskins, 1 season at Ohio State. So it makes sense to a certain extent that Daniel Jones was a little more NFL ready than your boy Dwayne Haskins, okay? And Jay Gruden did not want Dwayne Haskins. He didn't teach him. He didn't develop him. And he was third string quarterback. Daniel Jones, you can speak to this, Fizz. They gave Daniel Jones as many opportunities to potentially become a good quarterback. They gave him the preseason reps. They gave him first team reps in practice. Haskins never had those things. And listen, this is not the first time that a quarterback has struggled in their rookie season. We saw Peyton Manning, terrible his rookie year. Troy Aikman, terrible his rookie year. Okay, we saw Steve Young, terrible his rookie year. Jared Goff a couple years ago looked awful under Jeff Fisher. He gets a better head coach. And what do you know? Jared Goff goes to a Super Bowl. And Dwayne Haskins is more talented than Jared Goff, not trying to hear it, all right? So, my whole thing is, I think that right now, Daniel Jones is a better quarterback than Haskins. And I think that Daniel Jones is going to be very good. But long term, my bet's on Dwayne Haskins. And let's get this narrative out there that Dwayne Haskins can play football. You know, once he, got some actual real coaching by Bill Callahan, who actually cared about him, he looked alright out there, okay? He looked alright, And actually, the final 3 weeks of the season, he had the best pass rating in football behind only one Drew Brees. So, what do you got to say to that, Fizz? I think that long term, I got to take Haskins. And honestly, I think that he's in a pretty good situation with Ron Rivera. There's been some talk about his maturity issues and things of that nature. Ron Rivera, coach Cam Newton, obviously went to a Super Bowl with Cam Newton. And I'm not saying that Dwayne Haskins is as talented as Cam Newton because he's not. But I think that Dwayne Haskins can become a darn good quarterback. Just give him time to develop. The guy was a baby. It was kind of raw last year. Wasn't in the best situation. What are your thoughts? I know you're not a big Haskins fan. You actually did not want the Giants to draft Dwayne Haskins in the first place. You were happy about the Daniel Jones pick. I buried the Daniel Jones pick. So what are your thoughts?
Test. Poor grasshopper. You have a lot to learn.
Then you have a lot to learn.
You got a lot to learn. Okay.
Tell me what's good.
Let me explain you how NFL works. Okay.
All right.
The NFL is about stability. It's about coaching in front office. It's about being put in a position to succeed.
Okay.
Now,
I agree.
What I'm going to try to explain to you, I want you to comprehend. Okay. Because I know this is hard for you Haskins lovers, you Haskins supporters to understand. If he played for the Ravens, if he got drafted to the Cowboys, if he played for the Giants, if he played for any organization with some common damn sense, I wouldn't believe in Haskins, but I'd give him a chance because his infrastructure. What you don't understand is the Redskins have Dan Snyder as an owner, and there will be chaos around this kid for the entirety of his career. He won't make it out of his rookie contract because guess what? If you don't produce a one season in Washington, you're probably going to get replaced. There is no patience in Washington. He's on his third head coach. This head coach don't even support him. He's only there because the owner wants him to be there. Because if it was up to Ron Rivera, he probably would have replaced him in the draft. But it wasn't up to Ron Rivera, it was Dan Snyder. That's number two. Number three, and more importantly, this kid looks horrible. You Redskins supporters are hanging on a game and a half.
Wait. But before you go on, I just want to say this. I'm not a Redskins fan. So those of you that don't follow this thing, if you've seen this video for the first time, I'm not a Redskins fan.
Dwayne Haskins supporters. Good. All right, you Dwayne Haskins truthers out there. Y'all hanging on to a game and a half. This dude had a good quarter against the Giants. And that was it.
Would have threw 5 touchdowns on y'all had he stayed healthy in the game, but go ahead.
You don't know that?
I do know that because I'm a guy that sees in the future, Fisk, but go ahead.
Listen, leave the fortune telling to me. You stay in the present. All right, leave traveling back and forth through time to Big Fisk. All right, understand something. If Dwayne Haskins had a body of work in his rookie year, like Daniel Jones did, and then he got hurt that game, I'll give you benefit of the doubt. But he was garbage. He looked like a bum versus the Vikings. He looked like a bum the first game versus the Giants. He took a selfie instead of taking a victory knee, the final play of the game versus the Lions. He's bad, bro. He's bad. The front office knows it. The coaching staff knows it, but they spent the 15 pick on him, so they're going to give him one more year. When this kid gets benched for Kyle Allen sometime in the middle of the season,
Kyle Allen
won't start games next year?
Nope, he ain't going to sniff the field. He ain't going to sniff the field.
Yeah,
But to talk about some things, to point out some things you talked about, I will admit this. At first, when Dwayne Haskins was looking, really bad early on, because he actually did kind of look bad early on. I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. I was like, man, this kid might not have a chance. But then, nope. I saw a guy get better and better every single game. I don't understand why there's some reports about he's a lazy player. His work ethic is terrible. I think that, honestly, it's fool's gold. I watched Haskins play every game. He got better at something every single game, whether it be reading defenses, processing things faster, making better throws in the tight windows, throwing with touch and accuracy a lot better. I think that Haskins just need a little bit of time to, get his feet wet in the NFL because, like I said, he played 1 year of college football. Now, we've seen Kyler Murray play pretty well, with 1 year of college football. We saw Cam Newton ball out only playing 1 year of college football. So, we've seen some players, that have played for 1 season in college as far as just starting and shine, okay? Now, that may not be Haskins, but again, I think that given some time, he's going to be all right. And I will admit that the ownership thing, that's a fair point. Daniel Snyder is not the best owner in the world, but is Daniel Snyder turning the corner? I mean, he fired Bruce Allen finally. He got a whole new medical staff. And Ron Rivera, he said he wants to coach the Redskins. And I was shocked because I said, there's no way they're going to get a good head coach for this guy. And they got Ron Rivera. So Ron Rivera, to a certain extent, has bought in my opinion. And listen, Ron Rivera has said that they were not going to draft Tua. They never thought about drafting Tua. And after the Detroit Lions game, where Dwayne Haskins won the game, I admit the selfie was a bad look. I ain't going to lie to you. But after he won that game, he said that, yeah, I'm kind of sold on this guy. I think there's something right there. And I think that Ron Rivera is behind this guy. I just don't buy this whole thing. And honestly, like I said, you guys aren't sweeping the Redskins next year, man. That elite defensive line with Chase Young, with Montez Sweat, with Deron Payne, I gotta say, okay. Let me ask you the question. What happened to the 49ers when they got Nick Bosa? What happened to that defensive line when they got Nick Bosa? See, Chase Young was the difference maker. He's gonna be the difference maker.
You went too far. Okay, you went too far. See, Juice, you got emotional. You talk about your boy, you got emotional.
I'm unbiased.
Who are the Redskins corners? Who are their corners? Who are their safeties?
Kendall Fuller, Ronald Darby, who's been a number one quarterback in the past.
Really?
They added someone else. I forget who else they added, but I forget who else they added. But those are the two that come to my mind. Listen, the Redskins aren't gonna be this amazing team next year. You guys aren't gonna be this amazing team next year. Both Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins aren't having any favors dealt to them. Both are gonna be, on their second or third head coach. I forget what Daniel Jones had to deal with like second coach, I think, right? Yeah. So yeah, second. So they're gonna be learning new playbooks. It's gonna be, this year where it's shortened training camp. So look, the offensive lines for both teams aren't particularly great. I think that the Giants' offensive line will be better. The Redskins, and I think honestly, the Redskins supporting cast around Haskins is a little bit underrated on offense. Terry McLaurin, you've talked about Terry McLaurin. It's rare Fisk Vegas praises a Redskin because he's a Giants fan, but you've said constantly, Terry McLaurin's a stud. Am I correct?
Yes, Terry McLaurin is a stud. I'll give you that.
Steven Sims, the speedy little dude they got. Kelvin Harmon, the 6'3" guy at NC State that caught nothing but mad touchdowns a couple years ago at NC State. I like what they got in Antonio Gandy Golden. Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, Gandy Golden. He was a pretty good wide receiver. You actually wanted the Giants to draft Gandy Golden. The Redskins got him. So now Dwayne Haskins got some legit weapons. That Antonio Gibson dude is similar to that Paris Campbell dude he had at Ohio State, where he just, got the ball in his hands. He made things happen. I like what the Redskins are doing, man. I think that Ron Rivera is going to turn that team into a contender. Why do you digress, man? You got to give it up, Fisk, man. And this whole narrative about the Redskins being so bad. Listen, they got 3 rings, okay? In the last 8 years, what have the Giants done outside of winning that Super Bowl? Nothing. What have they done, Fisk? What have they done? You got one playoff appearance versus Aaron Rodgers, got blown out.
You know why I'm laughing?
Why you laughing? Why you laughing?
I'm laughing because for a guy who's a Packers fan, you're a Packers fan.
Yep, I am a Packers fan.
I find it funny how you're defending the Redskins and you're in a division with the Lions.
Okay.
You of all people should know that certain franchises just ain't never going to do right.
But the Lions have 0 rings, and they don't have Ron Rivera. They got Matt Patricia.
Yeah, but the Redskins, you weren't even born the last time the Redskins got a ring, juice.
Okay, but Ron Rivera's been to a Super Bowl, okay? He's been to a Super Bowl recently.
Is Cam Newton walking through that door?
No, but baby Big Ben is Dwayne Haskins, the guy that threw 50 touchdown passes at Ohio State.
Let me ask you a question, Juice.
What's up?
You're a Packers fan.
I am a Packers fan, yes. Yep.
There's not a damn thing the Lions can do that can convince you that they won't fuck up. There's not a thing the Lions can do that can
Personally, I think the Lions are a decent team next year. I think that they were an okay team when Stafford was playing last year, but I think
that one question.
I'm just adding context to my answer. I'm just adding context to my answer. I think the Lions are not going to be as good as people think next year. They're going to disappoint once again. I agree.
There you go. That's the Redskins. You can give them 4 wins, 5 wins, whatever. They were the number 2 pick in the 2019 and the 2020.
And y'all were number 4. What have y'all done?
Yeah, that's fine. But at the end of the day, the difference between the Giants and the Redskins is this. The Redskins, okay, how do I say this? The Redskins went out and spent money. They went and got Landon Collins. You know what I'm saying? They went and got Adrian Peterson, all this other stuff. They actually wanted to win it last year.
Probably.
The Giants, we knew we was going to suck.
I mean, when you got Case Keenum as your...
had intentions on winning. When you go out and spend that much money in free agency...
That's 2 players.
You have intentions of winning.
When you have Case Keenum as your quarterback, you have no expectations. Case Keenum as your quarterback, no expectations. Because outside of Minnesota, he's done nothing. What's up?
Jay Gruden was... Here's the thing. The Redskins fans, let me tell you how they think, Chiefs. Let me tell you how they think.
All right, man.
Redskins fans thought because of last year, because remember, not last year, you know what I'm trying to say. The year Alex Smith got hurt, which was 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
They were number 1 in the division. They were like 6-2 or something like that before Alex Smith got hurt, right?
Yep.
They went, spent money in free agency, brought everybody back, and said Case Keenum can do the same thing as Alex Smith. Did they not?
They thought that. That's probably their thinking.
Did the Redskins not think they was gonna win that division last year because before Alex Smith got hurt, they was balling?
Their front office probably thought it, but I didn't think it because I thought the Eagles were pretty good last year.
Oh no, I know you didn't think about what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to give you the mind frame of a Redskins fan. The Redskins legit thought they could win the division last year because they thought the only reason they didn't win it the year before was because of Alex Smith got hurt. That's why they went and spent money on Born Case Keenum. They spent money on Collins. They spent money on Keenum. They were trying to win last year. My Giants, we traded Odell. We weren't trying to win. We traded Jack Rabbit. We traded Odell.
And guess what?
The damn team.
And guess what? You still didn't get Chase Young. You still didn't get Chase Young. We got Andrew Thomas though. Oh, yeah. Chase Young ain't scared of that dude. He not scared of that dude.
Did you not see the video floating on Twitter?
Like 5 years ago? Like 5 years ago when
it happened. Did it happen?
Yeah, it happened, but that's not the present day right now. That boy is a grown man right now.
Because last time, I can't remember the last time Andrew Thomas gave up a sack in the SEC.
That is very true.
Playing in the Big Ten, dominating them Big Ten offensive lines, doing it against the
Big Ten offensive lines are pretty good. You know, Wisconsin, all them people, they're pretty good.
Yeah, they not Bama. They ain't Georgia. They not all these good. They not the studs. They not them good teams.
Well, if you think about it, Chase Young, what about Montez Sweat? Who gonna block him? What about Deron Payne? What about Ionitis? What about Henderson? Hey, man. Chase Young there. Listen, when you get a player like Chase Young, that's gonna turn that franchise around. And he gets his hands on Ron Rivera gets his hands on him. Ron Rivera, a defensive mind. Oh my God. And listen, your boy Daniel Jones. Listen, your boy Daniel Jones got to get better for me to be more convinced about him. I know he had a great season and whatnot, but Haskins' playing style is more conducive to winning than Daniel Jones, in my opinion. Because Daniel Jones, that dude's pocket awareness is terrible. This dude be mad fumbling. You know, and hold on, time out. You have constantly said that Daniel Jones, You literally said it, you know, a couple hours ago on this thing when we've been talking. There's no in between with Daniel Jones. Either he's going to be really, really good or really, really bad. Okay, when is the last time you saw Daniel Jones take that check down? You said he does not take what the defense gives him. You literally have said this constantly on your videos. Daniel Jones he's a batter in the batter's box that's just swinging. You know, he needs some control. You know what I'm saying? And again, he had 3 years at Duke where he started. He was coached by Dave Cutcliffe. He was prepared for the NFL. And I admit, I underrated Daniel Jones. But as far as the potential that he has, no Dwayne Haskins potential, no Kyler Murray potential right there. Those two are going to be the best quarterbacks from this draft. And I haven't seen enough from Drew Lock, but the way the Broncos have built up their team, Drew Lock might end up being better than Daniel Jones. Just saying.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. All I'm going to say is this.
What's good?
You know I got a long memory.
Oh, yeah, I know you got a long memory. I know you got your firing range. I know.
I'm just saying, you know I'm very moody.
I'm
just saying, just keep the same energy.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep that same energy.
You're officially not allowed to say nothing nice about Daniel Jones.
I am allowed to say something nice about Daniel Jones. I've been praising Daniel Jones all season.
You're not allowed to praise him. You're not allowed to root for him. You are banned from saying anything nice about Daniel Jones.
I never said Daniel Jones is going to be a terrible quarterback. I think that he's a franchise quarterback.
Yes, you did.
What did I say he's going to be? He's not going to be terrible.
Drew Lock going to be better than him. You said Haskins going to be better than him.
That doesn't mean he's going to be trash. That just means other players are going to be better.
Bro, you said Drew Lock going to be better than him.
I said potentially because he has a lot of support.
Oh, my goodness.
All I'm going to say is, look.
You're in or out, Juice.
Listen, I'm waiting. Look, hold on, time out. I'm in on Daniel Jones. I believe in the guy, but that doesn't mean that I don't think that other players have more potential. It's like, okay, you know, Kyler Murray. I'm in on Kyler Murray. He's not Deshaun Watson. You know, he's not Lamar Jackson right now. There's a difference between being in on someone and saying who's better and who's worse. You know what I'm saying?
No, there ain't. When you look.
No, there ain't. What are you talking about?
Daniel Jones. You're either in on Daniel Jones or you're not.
I am in on Daniel Jones, but I have to be realistic about his ceiling.
And then say he's gonna be the worst quarterback out the bunch. How you gonna be?
That's not a bad thing. Hold on, time out. I was a fan of the 2019 NFL draft class as far as quarterbacks. Everyone said that draft class was terrible as far as quarterbacks. Heck, even Gardner Minshew, I think that he's probably going to be out of a job in Jacksonville, you know, because their team's terrible, and I don't think he has a great ceiling.
Gardner Minshew better than Haskins.
He had a better season than Haskins. I'm not going to lie, but again, give my boy Dwayne Haskins some time. And listen, Dwayne Haskins has Ron Rivera by his side. You got Joe Judge, who thinks he's baby Bill Belichick. What has Joe Judge done to prove that he's going to be this amazing coach? What has he done?
Ron,
What has he done?
I cannot wait. You know what? Listen.
Ron Rivera will make the Redskins a contender.
Oh my God. Juice, you better put this out, bro.
I'm definitely going to put it out. Oh, I'm putting it out. I'm making a separate clip of this and everything. We're going to put this out.
Sure please put this out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why you slurping the Redskins right now. I don't know.
I'm not a Redskins fan.
I don't know why you slurping them.
I'm not a Redskins fan.
The wrong hill.
Oh,
the wrong hill to die on.
Oh, okay, long hill to die on. All right, man, whatever.
The wrong hill.
And I'm going to say this right now. Hey, I will say this. I won't be surprised if they sweep y'all this year because it's rare that a team loses to the same team again twice in the same season next year. Go look back at history. It's very rare.
When the hell was the last time the Redskins beat the Giants?
That doesn't matter. They got Ron Rivera, Chase Young, and Dwayne Haskins.
When was the last time Giants beat the Eagles? What you talking about? Teams get swept all the time. When the hell is the last time?
Well, there's no reason for optimism that you're going to beat the Eagles because they're a great team. You said what?
Teams get swept all the time. I can't remember the last time Tom Brady lost to the Bills. Teams get swept all the time.
True. The Bills are on the rise. I think they're going to be a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? But either way, listen, I'm not bashing Daniel Jones. I think that, listen, what else do you want me to tell you? He's accurate. He's mobile. He's a franchise quarterback. I just don't think in a couple years he's going to be better than Dwayne Haskins, who threw 50 touchdown passes at Ohio State. And when he actually got a real head coach and real support last year, the guy had the best pass rating in the league behind Drew Brees the last couple games. All right, that's all I'm going to say. That was versus the Packers. That was versus the Eagles, 2 playoff teams. And that was versus your sorry Giants. And listen, the Giants.
I'm too hungry. I'm way too hungry and fatigued to argue that at the end of the day. All I'm going to say is this.
All right, what you got to say? One final thoughts.
All I'm going to say is this.
What's up?
When a year from now, 2 years from now, you're going to look back on this.
Okay.
And you might slap yourself.
Maybe. I'm willing to take the bait.
Before you slap yourself, what you got to do is so it don't hurt as much. You got to kind of cuff your hand. So
oh boy.
So the bottom of your palm kind of grip the bottom of your chin and take the sting out. So if you just open palm it, and you get it too close to your forehead, you're gonna get the brunt of the slap.
Hey, I appreciate you looking out, Bow.
Bottom of the jaw. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Make sure the palm of your hand connect with the bottom of the jaw. It won't hurt as much.
Hey, man, Fisk.
You won't get that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to slap yourself for thinking. With Dwayne Haskins is a backup in Detroit somewhere, and Ron Rivera's fired talking on ESPN 2 years from now, you're going to look back and you're going to say, why did I put faith in a Daniel Snyder team? It's the equivalent of saying the Knicks are going to be good.
There's change coming. There's change coming.
It's there's certain lessons you gotta learn on your own, and I'm gonna let you learn this lesson the hard way, bro.
Yeah,
all
right.
You know what, Juice? Here's the thing.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you was bigging up the Eagles, or if this was the Cowboys, Juice, I would shut up. I wouldn't say a word.
I understand your point. The Redskins have a lot to prove. You know, I think that's going to be.
They're going to find a way to ruin this. They're going
to
ruin the kid. Even if Haskins has all the potential you say he do, the Redskins will ruin this. I'm telling you, they can mess up a cup of coffee, bro.
All right, man.
Will go wrong for the Redskins.
Dwayne Haskins gonna add some sugar to that coffee. He gonna be throwing mad touchdowns in a couple years.
I'm trying to tell you, they're the Browns. Browns got Baker, Jarvis, and Odell. Still ain't make the playoffs when Big Ben was injured.
That is true.
So the franchises.
But Freddie Kitchens is in Ron Rivera. But Ron, who the
Rivera is Freddie Kitchens without Cam Newton? What you talking
about? Okay. The last time I saw Carolina when they fired, Ron Rivera too early, that team looked like a college team. That team was not very good with Kyle Allen. Ron Rivera got the best out of that dude. Maybe not offensively, but either way, you know what I'm saying. Okay. Hey, listen, all I'm going to say is this. When Dwayne Haskins is out there balling, you better reference me because I've been bigging up Dwayne Haskins. And again, I think Haskins has some things to work on. He needs to be a little more mature. His deep ball accuracy needs improvements. I did a whole film analysis on Haskins. I think that he has some flaws. I don't ever see him being elite. I think that he'll be a high-end, number tier 2 quarterback. He'll be Big Ben Roethlisberger. He's baby Big Ben. Like I said, I never thought Big Ben was ever that dude. But I think that Haskins, the only reason why I say that is because he's not as mobile as I like him to be. He can move around that pocket, but he's not going to take over the game with his legs. That's the only real knock I got against Dwayne Haskins. But other than that, He gonna be on his Tom Brady stuff. You know what I'm saying? In that pocket, throwing darts. Woo-hoo! Chase Young on the other side of that defense. Better hope Andrew Thomas is pretty good. That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, the only real question I have about Haskins is the lack of mobility. That's about it. The lack of mobility is the only question I really got. Thank you so much for watching this video today. Please also note that the Juice Alert Sports Podcast is not just a YouTube channel. It is available on all podcasting platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, iTunes, and Apple Podcasts. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this content with all your friends. This podcast is my favorite thing in the entire world right now. It is my passion. And I want more people to listen to this podcast. I really want this podcast to grow. Also, a fun fact about me is that I want to go into the sports broadcasting and media world once I graduate from the University of Toledo, a college in Northern Ohio. I currently am a freshman there right now. I am looking to become one of the next great sports broadcasters and analysts out in the world. And I potentially would like to start my own network if this podcast really truly grows. Or if I fall short of that goal, I would love to work for a big time network like ESPN or Fox Sports 1. I am open to all networks. So if you believe in my dreams and you see or hear my passion through the screen, be sure to tell all your friends about the Juice Alert Sports Podcast. Stay motivated, you guys. Have a God bless day, and I'm out. Hey, hey, hey.